38, it's a young guy, remember. 38, it's only start.
I have to commend him on the performance. I gave everything I had. It just wasn't, probably a few things I could have sharpened up on, but take no credit away from the man.
I'm not stunned. I know that he broke him down, right? He broke him down. He was patient. Then Dubois did, for me, looked better. Like landed some good shots in the beginning. It was going back and forth. And he got Usyk's attention, but he was patient. Feints, movement, footwork.
I feel bad for Daniel. Frank gave it to him on the plate. But you want to hang out. Let me start off, yeah. I feel bad for Daniel. And I'm going to say this, yeah, to all the fighters out there. You want to be a killer, you hang out with killers. You train like a killer.
No, I don't think it was one-sided. At the end it was. I thought Daniel gave a good account of himself in a couple of the rounds. But, you know, he's an unbelievable fighter, Usyk. Modern day great. And you've got to take your hat to him. In any generation, he'd be a great fighter. Daniel, I hope you can learn from it. But, you know, as I say,
Usyk was under pressure in the first round because Dubois comes out fast like he did against AJ, and if he catches you, you're in trouble. And I think just after that, he just decided basically, I'm not going to go on the back foot anymore. I'm going to take the fight to Dubois. And he just kind of beat him up and obviously stops him. I mean, he's beaten AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice. Unbelievable.
We tried to get going. He's a young champion, Daniel Dubois, 27 years old. Remarkable what he's achieved to date. He'll be back from this stronger. That's a great champion, generational great. There's no, if you're gonna lose to someone like that. You understand? He'll be back from.
Gutted, because obviously we want the Brit to win, you know, and Dubois put up a good fight in there.
Do you think Dubois gave up there? He looked like.
No, don't do that. Don't do that to him. Usyk was really. I don't know what's even worse. He got knocked out. Do you know what I mean? But he went and he done what everybody wanted to see, which was him attacking.
But Dubois will be back.
What is it about?
What is he? 28. He's young.
27.
27. He's young. He'll be 3-4-time world heavyweight champion of the world.
What is it about Usyk that just makes him so good a level from the rest?
He trains at the fighter's mental energy, man. His footwork, his feints. He's unreal, bro. He's unreal.
He did his best. He did his very best. And his best wasn't good enough. Usyk's a great champion. He's the best in the world for a reason.
You know.
Listen to Usyk, amazing. No one was expecting that. But I said it before the fight. I said the ball will get knocked out around 4 or 5. He will never pass 5 rounds. So because I said it, if he wanted to keep the same style that he fought with Usyk will knock him out easy. But if he changed some couple of stuff, he would done well. But no, sorry to him, and it happened today. You know, one punch in every weight can change.
I thought it was a sensational performance by Oleksandr Usyk. I think he came out with a steely intent. You could see it in his eyes in the ring walk. He was ruthless tonight. I think he had slightly the bit between his teeth. I think he wanted to make a statement.
Best pound for pound fighter in the world. He's got no shame in that, and you know what? He went out on his shield. He fought every round, and he come across again better fighter who found the shots, and that's what Usyk's so good for. He found the shots and he put him away. That's all.
I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do. You know, he controlled, moved, waited, but then he started landing hard.
Listen, he was unbelievable. He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab, so what can you say? Yeah, it's that kind of situation. It's a control violence, basically, and control movement, making sure that you don't overcommit. And, you know, you got to use speed more than power. So in this fight, it should have been more speed than more power.
I'll tell you what he quit. He quit when he walked in the ring because he didn't use his double jab. He did not hunt the way he was hunting AJ. You know, we came to see him go nuts. He didn't go nuts. He was holding back. You know, we wanted him to go nuts. Everybody was there for that.
Yeah, coming in, I said, look, Dubois is going to win. We're all here to support our own, to support someone that we know. So, you know, I thought he was going to win. But after the first few rounds, Usyk, you have to take your hats off to him. He shows constantly why he's the undisputed. You know, everyone he's beaten.
In the first round, the double jab, beautiful jab.
Does anyone beat him in this era, Derek?
I'll beat him.
Do you think he should fight Parker?
Parker
class. We're watching one of the greatest fighters of all time here in Usyk. Fantastic. Punch perfect. Had it a lot to do. Put the fire out. And perfect punch.
Learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then he won't come again. But it's up to him. You know, it was a tough night for him. A tough night. Is he okay, like health-wise? He's obviously very disappointed.
But in terms of that was brutal, that knockout, Frank. Is he okay?
He got up. He got up at 10. He weren't brutal. He weren't polar.
Frank Warren might be clinging to hope, but let's be honest, this was more than just a tough night for Dubois. It was a brutal exposure. At 27, sure there's time, but experience means nothing if you repeat the same mental collapse. On the other hand, Usyk once again showed the difference between a master of war and a passenger of height. Moreover, Dubois didn't just lose, he looked clueless, desperate, and out of his league. Even worse, he had no answers, no resistance, and no identity in that ring. What's more, Usyk didn't even shift gears. He dissected Dubois with pure intelligence and surgical precision. The real issue is, if Dubois doesn't learn, he's finished. But here's the twist, it already feels like the book is closed. No one saw a comeback-worthy fighter in there, just a broken frame and shattered confidence. The division will never be the same.
No, I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do. You know, he controlled, moved, waited, but then he started landing hard. So
Russ Amber nailed it. Usyk didn't just show up, he came to destroy. At 38, the man looked sharper, deadlier, and more complete than ever. On the flip side, Dubois entered with hesitation and exited in humiliation. Moreover, Usyk's evolution is undeniable. From the first Fury bout to this demolition job, each performance has been a step higher in ring IQ and brutality. Meanwhile, Dubois regressed, shrinking under pressure, offering nothing but panic and confusion. What's more, Usyk was toying with angles, timing, and precision, while Dubois stood frozen like a deer caught in headlights. The truth is, Usyk's dominance is aging like fine wine, but Dubois already looks like expired milk. Even worse, there wasn't a single moment where Dubois looked like he belonged in the same arena. Because of this, there's no rebuilding here, only a shattered image left behind. The real issue is, Usyk's legacy is climbing while Dubois is spiraling. This changes everything.
I thought he shook Dubois as well at the end of the second round. I thought Daniel did really well in the third round actually to come back and landed a few right hands, but they were sort of partially blocked. Usyk never really gets hit flush. There was that other sort of low blow type body shot, exactly like the one in Poland, which they sort of shook off. And yeah, unfortunately, Daniel was trying to catch him with the right hand, and it was the right hand that led to the end for.
Adam Smith tried to highlight a brief spark in the third round, but let's not dress it up. Dubois was swinging at shadows and missing the mark all night. On the flip side, Usyk's defense was immaculate, blocking, slipping, and neutralizing everything Dubois threw, including those desperate right hands. Moreover, even when Dubois had a glimmer of activity, it was shut down instantly by Usyk's precision and footwork. The truth is, the so-called low blow narrative is now just a crutch. Usyk shrugged it off, just like in Poland, and came back sharper. What's more, Dubois' big gamble with that right hand turned out to be the final nail in his coffin. The real issue is, he gambled and lost. Badly. Even worse, he looked mentally and physically overwhelmed by the pace Usyk dictated. Because of this, there's no moral victory, just a brutal reminder that Usyk operates on a completely different level. The moment of truth is coming for Dubois, and he's not ready.
Parker's deserved his shot. I think Parker should get a world title fight regardless, even if Usyk vacates the belts.
Hands off. Usyk fought like a heavyweight, not a cruiserweight in there tonight.
Yep, no, he did. He stood on business, man. He stood on business, and he said he was going to knock the bar out, and he done exactly.
Hamza Shiraz hit the nail on the head. Usyk stood on business like a cold-blooded executioner. From the moment fight week began, the fire in his eyes and the ice in his demeanor told the story before a single punch was thrown. Meanwhile, Dubois looked like he was already doubting himself, pacing in denial and clinging to rehearsed confidence. What's more, Usyk didn't show up to box. He came to finish the job, and he did it with frightening accuracy. On the other hand, Dubois was supposed to come in with youth, power, and hunger, but none of that showed when it mattered. Even worse, he got walked down and mentally broken by a man many called too old to dominate. The truth is, Usyk flipped the script. He wasn't just better, he was relentless, savage, and commanding. Because of this, Dubois' reputation is in shambles, and Usyk's aura just got more terrifying. The real issue is, Dubois talked about war but folded under pressure like paper. And here's the twist, Usyk didn't even break a sweat doing it. No one saw Dubois survive, and now no one sees him coming back.
Now I wanna rest. I cannot say who my next opponent today, because I prepare 3.5 months. I not see my family, my wife. Every day I live with my team with 14 guys. Yeah, in one house. Yeah, it's every day only one face. Now I wanna back home. Now I wanna.
Usyk's words carry the weight of a warrior who's just returned from battle, not just victorious, but emotionally drained from months of sacrifice. Moreover, he didn't just train, he buried himself in solitude, cut off from his family, surrounded only by his team, laser focused on destruction. Meanwhile, Dubois was out here chasing hype while Usyk was building a war machine. On the other hand, this isn't just another win, it's the continuation of a reign defined by relentless discipline and unbreakable will. What's more, while others talk legacy, Usyk lives it, fight by fight, sacrifice by sacrifice. The truth is, even in exhaustion, he radiates clarity, something Dubois lacked all night. Because of this, Usyk's silence about the next opponent feels more ominous than exciting. That raises the question, who really dares to step in with this version of Usyk? The moment of truth is coming, and for the rest of the division, it's terrifying.
Of greatness, and he goes out into the night, like all the people here tonight, knowing that a big debate will rage now as to where he actually sits in the pantheon of the all-time heavyweight greats. I thought he was astounding from beginning to end.
Gareth A. Davies perfectly captured the spectacle. Usyk didn't just beat Dubois, he mesmerized the entire boxing world. From the opening bell, this wasn't a contest. It was a clinical dismantling by a man operating on a completely different frequency. Moreover, Usyk didn't rely on brute force. He bent space and time with footwork, timing, and deception. On the flip side, Dubois looked like a novice caught in a masterclass, unable to read anything coming at him. Even worse, the fight barely lasted 15 minutes before the truth set in. Usyk is not just elite, he's generational. What's more, the debate about where he ranks in heavyweight history is no longer premature. He's forcing his name into that sacred conversation. Meanwhile, Dubois should be erased from that page entirely after this humiliation. Because of this, Usyk walks into the night as a living puzzle no heavyweight has figured out. The real issue is, he's not slowing down. The division isn't just on notice, it's in danger. And here's the twist, Usyk made it look effortless. No one saw this coming. The legacy just hit another level.
The performance that he put in tonight was the best Oleksandr Usyk I've actually seen. I think that you got to put him up there, man. That was phenomenal. People talking about age, you know, was he showing signs of wear and tear after the two Fury fights? Well, he answered all those questions. He looked young, he looked fresh, and he made a potentially difficult fight easy.
Spencer Oliver didn't hold back. And why should he? Usyk's latest performance wasn't just dominant, it was the finest version of the Ukrainian maestro we've seen. On the other hand, all the questions surrounding age, fatigue, or damage from the Fury Wars were obliterated in under 15 minutes. Moreover, Usyk didn't just look fresh, he looked reborn, as if this was the beginning of his peak, not the twilight. Meanwhile, Dubois was hyped as a danger man, but he became nothing more than target practice. What's more, a fight that was labeled a potential challenge turned into a showcase of pure genius. Even worse, Dubois was never allowed a foothold. He was outthought, outmoved, and outclassed in every department. The truth is, Usyk made him look like a sparring partner, not a world-level contender. Because of this, Usyk's name now demands space among the all-time greats, and anyone still doubting him is just ignoring reality. The real issue is, if this is what Usyk looks like past 38, then the division is in deep trouble. The moment of truth has come, and Usyk owns it entirely.
He's the best of our generation by far. He has to be. He's beat everybody. He's literally beat everybody. You could say he's not beat Wilder. You could say it's Almas still to come, Parker. He's beat everybody. Daniel Dubois, for me, Daniel Dubois was poor tonight. I know we're not getting onto that yet, but he was poor tonight. But he's beat Fury twice. He beat Joshua twice. He mopped up at cruiserweight. He's done it all. Yeah, there's nothing really much else to add. He's one of the best of all time.
Dave Allen said it loud and clear. Usyk has cleaned house in every division he's touched, and now there's no debate left. Moreover, what he did to Daniel Dubois wasn't just a win, it was a humiliation. On the flip side, Dubois didn't show up. He crumbled, offering nothing but a confused shell of the fighter he was hyped to be. Even worse, he had no plan, no composure, and no resistance. Meanwhile, Usyk dismantled him with calculated brilliance, without even needing to hit top gear. What's more, this is the same man who took down Joshua twice, dismantled Fury, and ruled cruiserweight like a tyrant. The truth is, there are levels in boxing, and Usyk is so far above the rest, it's terrifying. Because of this, even names like Wilder and Parker pale in comparison. The real issue is, there's no one left who can expose a flaw, because there are none. And here's the twist, Usyk keeps getting better. He's not just the best of our generation, he's an all-time great whose throne looks untouchable. The division belongs to him, and everyone else is just surviving in his era.